Hello Scorpio, and welcome to your August 2020 forecast reading with me, Intuitive Rene. I hope you are well. So we're into August already. Can you believe it? For those of you who are returning, for those of you who are familiar with me and my work, welcome. It's so lovely to have you here. And for those of you finding me for the first time, an extra special warm welcome to you as well. This particular reading is for all Scorpions, for all those people who have Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising, or as I like to say, just Scorpio interest. Scorpio interest is if you are in a relationship or if you know somebody who is falls under the sign Scorpio, or if you have any kind of connection or energy, or you just enjoy the Scorpio energy. Doesn't matter. Whoever you are, if you found this video, watch it and I'm sure you'll get something out of it. So welcome to my channel, and yeah, I offer a lot of content on my channel to keep you motivated, to keep you enthusiastic, inspired, to just help you have the best life that you can possibly live. And all I ask in return is for a thumbs up and a little comment from you below would be great. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so if you like this kind of content. And yeah, I have a lot of content on my site, so on my channel. So every Monday we have taroscopes. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, we have very short, simple tarot readings to give you guidance for the day. Fridays, every single Friday, we do pick a card. I call them Fridays because pick a cards are always so much fun. So there's a lot of content for you and a lot of content for you to enjoy and to help you. So subscribe to the channel. So for this month, for August 2020, the way that we're doing this is I have got 4 decks laid out on the table here in front of me. Information about these decks will all be in the description below. But we're going to start off getting a theme for the month, and then we're going to look at detail for the month, detail as to what you can expect throughout the entire month. We're then going to get a message from Spirit, and we're going to end off connecting with our spirit animal to see which spirit animal is going to be working with us and giving us guidance and inspiration during the month. So what else do I need to tell you? I think that's about it. Right, so let's get straight into it. So we're starting off with the Enchanted Map Oracle. And while I'm shuffling, this is to get our theme for the month ahead. But while I'm shuffling, we're asking that all the cards that I draw today, all the cards that I draw, oopsie, and I'm throwing them on the table, all the cards that I draw for Scorpions today, for all Scorpios, for August 2020, let them be the cards that we need, the cards that give us the guidance and the inspiration that we need, the motivation, just the upliftment and everything that we need. Let the cards that we draw today be exactly what we need and give us everything that we need for our highest good. But from this particular deck, and I am really throwing them all over the table, but that's because I'm just a bad shuffler. So we're asking for our theme. So what is the theme for August 2020 for all Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, or Interest? What is the theme for the month? What do we need to know? What's going to happen? What do we need? Let's see. So we're going to draw one card. And I want that one over there. Oh, so Scorpios, we have Slow and Steady, card number 12. So slow and steady is the theme for August for you. So that means we're not rushing into anything. That means that we're not going to just, if an opportunity comes, we're not just going to grab it. We're going to make sure that slow and steady wins the race. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Slow and steady wins the race. We're not going to be rushing into anything. We're going to take our time. We're going to make sure that everything is in its place, that everything is correct and everything is as it needs to be. But we're going to keep moving, because what I get from slow and steady as well is that there's no stop. Okay, so it's not a case of stop what you're doing and plan and strategize. It's a case of continue moving, keep going, keep doing whatever you have to, slow and steady, but keep moving. You're not allowed to stop at any point. Keep going, keep moving, but it's not a sprint. Okay, it's not a race to the finish. It's just, let's just keep the wheels moving. Let's just keep going and know that we will get there as we need to. So I'm going to leave this card on the table here in front of me, and I'm now trying to pick up the tarot deck, and this is the Gilded Tarot Royale, and this is going to give us our content for the month of August. So for all Scorpios, for the month of August 2020, what I've done is I've actually divided the month up into 3. Okay, so we've got the beginning, the middle, and the end. So we're looking at the first 10 days, the middle 10 days, and the end 10 days. But what you need to understand is that it's not like straight the 10 days, 10 days, 10 days. You might find that for you, you have the first section may be shorter, the middle section may be longer, and the end section may be shorter, or however way it pans out. So just know that there is a little bit of overlap between the phases or between the sections. So we like to look at, I really am throwing them all over the table today. So we're looking at the beginning of the month, middle of the month, end of the month. Generally, it's a 10-day period that we're looking at, but it could be slightly a day or two out here and there. Well, let's see what we get. So we're going to ask the Gilded Tarot Royale to give us the content, the detail, the specifics for the month ahead for August 2020 for all Scorpios. What do we need to know? What's going to happen? What do we need to be mindful of? And all the rest of it. Let's see what we get. So we're going to draw one card for each part of the month. So there's our first one. There's our second one. And then the last one, I want to take that one. Let's see what we get. Okay, so Scorpio, the first card we have for the beginning of the month, so basically give or take from the 1st to the 10th of August, we have got the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is quite an interesting card because as much as he is successful and as much as he is achieving everything he needs to and as much as he is, you know, coming out exactly as he needs to and he's succeeding at everything that he's doing, he's feeling a little bit, he's feeling a little bit tender, he's feeling a little bit sensitive because he's had to do things that he maybe didn't really want to do, okay? So he's had to carry out actions and he's had to do things that maybe don't feel right for him. But as much as he is victorious and as much as he has come through the battle and as much as he is successful, he's feeling a little bit bad, he's feeling a little bit low because he's had to hurt people, he's had to do unmentionables. So you may find yourself, Scorpio, for the first beginning of the month, that you have to do things that you don't necessarily like. You might have to do things that you don't necessarily want to do, but it's something that has to be done. So recognize that you are going to be feeling a little bit off color. Recognize that you're going to be feeling a little bit like, oh, I really don't want to. But carry on with it. Do what you have to do, even if it doesn't feel right, even if it doesn't make you feel good. But just know that you are doing what is expected of you and success will be there for you. Then as we get towards the middle of the month, let me just have a look as well. The middle of the month, we have the King of Swords. So he's a little bit more confident, okay? He's not the one out there doing all the work. He's now sitting on his throne and he's issuing out the orders, but he's the one who's creating the strategy. He's the one who's coming up with the action plan, the game plan, okay? But he does that with no emotions. Everything that he's doing is logic, from a place of systems, from a place of structure, from a place of all of that. He's not really emotional. He's not really allowing his emotions to control and dictate to him. So beginning of the month, you may be feeling like, oh, I don't want to be doing the stuff that I have to do, feeling like, you know, it's not great. But come middle of the month, you get a chance to strategize. You get a chance to voice your opinion, to express yourself, and to say, actually, we change the plan. Let's do it this way. You get to be more dictatorial. You get more to dictate more and to express yourself and to put it out there. Okay, so that's quite interesting. Middle of the month, you get a chance to express, you get a chance to say how it needs to be. Then in the last portion of the month, so the last 10 days, give or take-ish, we have the Lover's card. And the Lover's card, it's not so much about the love aspect as it is more about recognizing that you have choices, recognizing that you have a say in the outcome, and you have to be an active participant. So a lot of people, when it comes to relationships, for example, when it comes to commitment, we make the commitment, we say we're ready, we say we want it, we say all the right things, even our movements and our actions may look right, but when it comes to the nitty-gritty, we don't participate as much, and all we do is complain and moan. So the Lover's card is the card that's saying to you, we have to be an active participant. You get to make the choice, but then you have to live with your choice. So however, whatever it is that you choose, whatever it is that you decide on, whatever action, whatever plans you've made, know that you have to stick with it. You can't towards the end of the month change your mind and go, no, I don't want to do that, okay? If you made the decisions, if you made the plans, you have to carry them out. You have to follow it through. So that is very interesting. Let's look at all three of these together, if I can, just get them into the right places there. So Scorpio, August 2020 looks like it's going to be quite busy for you. Remember our theme. Remember our theme. Let's just bring that into it. Slow and steady. So there's none of these cards that are all about rushing. None of these cards are all about just get it done, get it done, get it done. There's not that kind of theme. There's not that kind of energy. They all connect with the slow and the steady. They're all saying to you, all right, we can do this. So the first card we have, this one over here, remember this is for the first beginning of the month, the first 10 days, give or take-ish, it's saying to you that you may be doing things that doesn't really resonate with your heart and soul. But it's okay, because come middle of the month, you will have a chance to change that. You will have a chance to change these actions, these whatever it is that you're doing. You will have a chance to say, rather, let's do it this way. What if we do it this way? How about this idea? How about that? You get to have a say. And then understand that whatever you implement here, whatever you say here, you have to follow through with it towards the end of the month. So this is really looking quite interesting. You know, let's bring the slow and steady. And I think the slow and steady comes into the planning as well, okay? So don't rush the planning. Even though middle of the month you've got the King of Swords, and, you know, it is about taking your time. Take your time, get the relevant information, ask the relevant questions. Don't be too quick to jump to solutions or jump to conclusions. Take your time. Slow and steady will get you through to wherever you need to be. Okay, the Lovers card, I want to just spend a little bit of time talking about the Lovers card, because, you know, the Lovers card is about commitment. It's about partnership, but it's about the choices. You are not forced. You are not obligated, and you don't have to just commit to or whatever's happening around you. Don't let other people's opinions, don't let other people's pressure force you into making decisions that don't actually work for you or that's not right for you. Because the Lovers card, yes, you have the choice, and I'm going to say that again. You have the choice. You are not forced. You are not obligated. You are not in any way feeling or any way being pushed into making this decision. The choice is yours to make, and you're the one that has to live with it, nobody else. So if you are in a relationship predicament and there's decisions to be made, don't make the decision that you think is right. Okay? Don't make the decision that you think is what you need to do or you think that's the right one for you. Make the decision that feels right for you. And I'm going to bring back into it our King of Swords. So the King of Swords, he's about logic. He's about, you know, discipline. He's about action. He's about the thoughts and the ideas and the strategies and the action plans. There are no emotions here. So the choices that you have to make, don't let them be emotional choices. Let them be from your head. Let them be from a place of logic and a place of understanding. All right? Because previously, the decisions that you made were maybe not from a place of logic. Maybe we made this decision on an emotional level, and that's why we're feeling the way we are at the beginning of the month. All right, so we are now in a situation. So we've got the month covered. We know exactly what's going to happen. Our focus is on slow and steady. Our focus is on making sure that we're not rushing into anything, that we're not rushing ahead. We are thinking clearly. We are thinking with a clear head, with a clear heart, and we're making all the right decisions that we need to. So let's now see. I'm going to move on to our next card, and this deck is the Angels and Ancestors deck by Carl Gray. And as I'm shuffling now, we want to know, message from Spirit. What does Spirit want us to know? What else do we need to know about the cards that we've drawn so far and the way that we have interpreted them? What do Spirit want, or Spirit, what do Angels and the Ancestors, what does Spirit want us to know? How are they going to help us? How are they going to guide us? How are they going to make sure that we don't allow ourselves to get too emotionally invested in the opportunities, situations, and circumstances that we find ourselves in during the month of August for all Scorpios out there? Okay, I think I have shuffled enough. Get it there. So we're just going to draw one card from here. I love these cards. So we've got Great Teacher, and it says learn from spiritual experiences. So where is our spiritual experience? Give me a second. It's this one. So our Great Teacher is telling us to learn from spiritual experiences, and that's exactly what this card is. The Five of Swords. You know, I'm going to remind you, the Five of Swords is saying to you that you find yourself in a situation that you don't particularly feel good about. You have to do things that maybe don't resonate with who you are, maybe don't quite resonate with who you are, what you do, how you do it, all the rest of it. So you may be feeling like a little bit of, I have to do things that I really don't want to be doing. Okay, let's learn from that, because that's what this Great Teacher is saying to you. Learn from that. Learn from previous situations and circumstances, so that when you are planning and strategizing, we've learned, we've made the differences, we've changed everything, so that we don't feel so hard done by. Okay, and recognize that we are responsible for our own actions. We are responsible for whatever it is that we do, the choices that we make and how we carry it out. But only if we learn from our spiritual experiences. And you know, everything in life is a spiritual experience. Whether it's work, whether it's relationships, finances, health, wealth, it doesn't matter what it is. It's all a spiritual experience, and it's all why we are on this earth. We are all being placed here to learn. We're all being placed here to grow and to become better human beings. But the only way that we can do that is by learning from our previous experiences. And remember, slow and steady. You know, the lessons don't, as much as they may hit us like a ton of bricks, but it actually, we know it's coming. We can see that, we can see it coming. So slow and steady is definitely the theme for you for the month. I love that, great teacher. You know, the flower of life, the dove of peace. You know, he really does look like Jesus. He looks like he is so calm. He looks like his energy is just so soothing. Look at the open healing hands. It's just absolutely phenomenal. These cards are amazing. So, Scorpio, learn from your past. Learn from the lessons. Learn from everything that's happened to you in the past. Don't be so quick to judge. Don't be so quick to feel like everything's falling apart. Recognize that you feel that way, but learn from that, so that you don't have to feel that way again. Learn so that you don't have to achieve all of that. Recognize that you have power. Recognize that you have authority. I'm even going to bring the Lovers card into it, because the Lovers it's the choices that you've made, and you have to hold yourself accountable for those consequences. All right. So I am now going to pick up the Spirit Animal Oracle, also Colette Baron-Reid. The first card we used was Slow and Steady, is also Colette Baron-Reid deck. Now we want to know the spirit animal that's working with us during this month. Which spirit animal is going to be working with Scorpio? Which spirit animal is going to be helping Scorpio to achieve everything that Scorpio needs to achieve? Which spirit animal is going to give us the inspiration and the guidance that we need to make sure that we learn and do the things that we need to? Okay, I think that's shuffled enough. So just drawing one. The cutest little pig you've ever seen. And isn't it just, you know what, I'm always so blown away how appropriate. I mean, I've taken pick cards at random, pick decks at random. You've seen me shuffle, you've seen me draw. There's no ways I could make this stuff up. And just look at the bottom there, use your mind wisely. So that ties in with this card. It ties in with this card, okay, with the Lovers card. So pig energy, pig spirit is saying to you, use your mind wisely. We have our King of Swords, who's also about using his mind wisely. We also have the Slow and Steady that's saying don't rush into anything, okay? Don't allow yourself to be pressurized and pushed into doing anything that you don't want to do. And be a little bit pig-headed. Be a little bit pig-headed, because that's clearly the energy that you need right now. Don't be stubborn, okay? Don't be stubborn, but also don't let anybody push you into doing anything that you don't want to do, all right? Because the energy of the pig is saying to use your mind wisely, because you do have a strong mind. People may look at you and think that you are the pig. People may look at you and think that you're not very smart, but actually you're incredibly smart. Take your time. Don't rush into anything. Learn from your spiritual experiences. Learn from everything that's happening around you, and don't let anybody push you into doing anything that you don't want or that you're not ready to do. So, Scorpio, there is your message for August 2020. I do think it's an incredibly powerful message, and I hope it's one that really resonates with you. I hope it's one that really just seems to make sense and helps you through the month of August. If you did enjoy that message, please can I have a thumbs up from you, and I would love to hear from you in the comments below. So remember, Mondays we have tarot scopes, Tuesday, Wednesdays and Thursdays we have short little tarot readings, all on YouTube, all on my social media, and on Fridays we have pick a card. So until we meet again, from my heart to yours, you take care.